spider can, spins a web any size, catches thieves just like flies. Look out, here comes the Spider-Man. To him, life is a great big day. Wherever there's a hay, you'll find a Spider-Man.
That only really works if I'm, not doing. So, Spider-Man 2. So the first movie, when I was rewatching it, I realized that I kind of gave it a bad rap. Like, I kind of just said that, oh, this is overrated, they're just nostalgia blind, which I don't think that's entirely true. I can see why people liked it, and I can also see why people are nostalgia blind to it. Is it a perfect movie? No. Is it a good movie? Yes. Is it a fantastic movie? Not exactly. But I always heard the legend of Spider-Man 2 and how it's this fantastic film, so I was like, well, why not? Maybe, who knows, maybe I'm going to watch this and be like, oh, Spider-Man 2 is the greatest film of all time. Some people calling it the greatest film of all time. But, and something that I realized about the first movie, and especially this movie, that we're never going to get in modern movies, we're close to it, but not exactly, is the fact that these aren't Spider-Man films. They are Peter Parker films. Like, the movie's about Peter Parker, the movie isn't about Spider-Man. Which, I know it seems kind of weird, but Peter Parker and Spider-Man are similar characters, but two different people in the comics. And the fact that literally this movie is about Peter Parker realizing the responsibilities that he has. This movie is the most human superhero film ever. It's not about Spider-Man's trouble. Every other modern movie, superhero movie, is about, oh, the bad guy's gotta stop the good guy, or the good guy's gotta stop the bad guy. But this movie's about how Peter Parker needs to, like, the bad guy in this movie is Peter Parker. Sorry if it's popping. The bad guy in this movie is Peter Parker. He's the one who is shooting himself in the foot. He wants to do everything with MJ. He wants to be with MJ, but because of Spider-Man, he can't. Oh, I guess that makes Spider-Man the bad guy in this film. Yeah, let's get into Doc Ock. Doc Ock's a fine villain. I actually like him more than I think I like him, which is interesting. His turnaround made sense in the end. It's hard to really get into why I like a movie without scripting it, but the fact that this is a very human movie, it's about how Peter Parker's life sucks, and it's because of Spider-Man. The only way he can't have a real job because Spider-Man gets in the way. He had to save those kids, and he couldn't deliver the pizza. Pizza time. Spider-Man, the only job that he can get is taking pictures of himself, which then he has to give to the Daily Bugle, which they just use to bash himself. It's showing how much Peter Parker's life sucks because of Spider-Man, and the fact that everybody is tired of Peter, like Aunt May's tired of him. Everybody Peter Parker's life sucks in this movie, and they show that so well. And the fact that it's not about Spider-Man, it's about Peter Parker. And that's why I think people really enjoy these movies. I think that's why I'm kind of excited to see what Sam Raimi does with the Doctor Strange. Because of the fact that these Spider-Man films so far are so human. Like, the first one, I didn't really get it. The first one, I went in expecting a Spider-Man film, when I should have been expecting a Peter Parker film. The MCU Spider-Man are all about Spider-Man, and then they almost have it, but not really. That's all I can say about this movie. It's a really fantastic movie. It's, of course, top right now. 1, Spider-Man 2, 2, Spider-Man. It's the fact that I just am repeating myself at this point. It's a Peter Parker film. It's a Peter Parker film. That's what's so clever about this film. You can watch other reviews on it and why those make it so, it's less campy than the first one, which I kind of like. I know a lot of people are like, oh, the campiness is a part of it. But I think this one has a perfect amount of camp. The effects were miles better. I honestly didn't even, notice any quote-unquote bad effects. Other moviegoers are going to tell you, oh, that effect was so bad, but when you're just casually watching the movie, you don't notice anything like that. The train scene was legendary. I've heard of the train scene, and I was like, it can't be that good, but then watching it, I was like, wow, that's a really good scene. Sam Raimi just knows how to make a film. The first one felt like a student film with a normal movie budget. This one felt like a real movie. It felt like this is the movie that Sam Raimi wanted to make, but he had to get all the important stuff out of the way with the first movie. Does that make sense? This feels like what he wanted from the beginning. So yeah, I already told you my grading. Next time is Spider-Man 3. I'm sorry if I didn't really go into detail of why I like this movie. I'm sorry this mic setup is kind of stupid. I'm still working on it. You guys enjoyed? Whatever. whatever. Thank you guys for watching. Video over.